Hi guys, here is Sven again, the CAS tester. Today's video is once about bulletproof glasses for the new iPhone 15 Pro, which I have lying here. Yes, we have 4 pieces in the test. At the moment I think they are the best, but maybe not. You will find out now in this test. As I said, I've already tested the whole thing and it's going to be really exciting, because there's no such thing as perfect bulletproof glass. I'll predict that right away. So of course I tested the bulletproof glasses again for you in terms of accuracy of fit, protection, feel, workmanship, and of course the price-performance ratio. We have 4 pieces here at the start. We have the TORRAS, we have the one from ROXX, we have the one from Spigen, and we have the one from ESR. So we'll stick them all together right now and then we'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages. I haven't made a ranking list yet. In the end, just look at the pros and cons and then decide for yourself what is the perfect bulletproof glass for you. So have fun with the video. So we start with the bulletproof glass from TORRAS. I bought it on Amazon for CS. Ja, nasaakot. Apple cloth to help and put that underneath when we put the bulletproof glass on it. Yeah, this is where we have all this stuff in. Stickers we need, damp alcohol wipe we need, and a dry cloth. Everything is included. I just clean the display and then we stick it on. That goes pretty fast here, thanks to the template. So we throw everything in the bag. The cloth is also nicely permeated with alcohol. It's not dry. So if in the end here are any air bubbles or something in it, I do it now, not so perfect, does not go at all because I have to look past the camera here. However, this bulletproof glass did not work properly for me the first time. If it doesn't work right now, it's not so bad. But I want to show you how the whole thing works in the first place. So now let's do this stencil here on it. Take a sticker and the display, because we still have dust on it from the cloth all the time anyway. Dust on it from the cloth. So where's the bulletproof glass? There's the bulletproof glass. Let's take the whole thing off. That worked pretty well. It tightens up. Let's see, I've now turned off this always on display here, especially so that we can see really nicely in case we still have any air bubbles in there. And as we can see, we have 2 in there. What's cool here is we have this big slider in here with it. If I could just get it out, first push it from underneath. This is what the part looks like. We'll try to push it out now. That should actually work. So here we have another air pocket and here we have a very big one. So we'll push that out to the side as well. So, and a tip, if you really have such small ones, at the end just press it out really nicely to the side with your thumb and fingernail so that the air stays on it a little bit. Then it is usually gone. Here it looks quite good so far. So let's shuffle it over and take a look at the result. This is also the bulletproof glass, which you have often mentioned in the comments. It's available in a different form, with a strange system, but I strongly assume that it is the same bulletproof glass. So the whole thing worked perfectly, as you can see. And now we come directly to the advantages. Well, there are bulletproof glasses which are smaller, and there are large bulletproof glasses with the black frame. This is what we have here now. Here we have the advantage that the whole front is covered. The installation is simple, as you have just seen. Of course, the whole thing is hardly visible because the edge of the bulletproof glass is no longer visible. Touch and Face ID work. I'll do Face ID briefly past the camera. Of course, that doesn't work. I have to enter my code first. Uppsala, because I've already played around here too much. So, and you see, I hope you saw it. The whole thing is already unlocked. Yes, and as I said, it comes with all the accessories you need. So let's move on to the disadvantages. You can't use all iPhone cases with this because the bulletproof glass is simply too big. If you take a Spigen clear case or hybrid case, for example, the bulletproof glass is pushed up on the sides. And there are several cases available. I can't list them all now because there are countless cases. Yes, you could definitely have problems with that. Another disadvantage I have discovered, or by the Amazon comments. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but when I turn the camera on here on the iPhone, we have these white lines in the corners. And they're getting a little bit obscured, especially here on the page. I don't see that one at all now when I look directly at it. I can see it here, but if I turn the phone a bit to the side, I can't see it here either. That means that you have the problem that a bit of the display is lost with these black armored glasses, or with the black frames. Try it at home if you have such a black bulletproof glass. Turn on the camera and look at the white lines in the corners and you'll see that it's not really pretty. We come to the next disadvantage. As I said, it didn't work the first time I tried it. Now it worked perfectly. I don't know what it was. Maybe I got some dust under it, or maybe the bulletproof glass wasn't right. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It worked now. Another thing I noticed, the TORRAS bulletproof glass is a little sharp on the sides. Not much, but it's noticeable when you run your finger over it. We still have one from ESR. It's a little less sharp-edged, but it's really not a knockout criterion or anything. Next disadvantage. What you don't really see, but what you should know, we also had this before with the iPhone models. There were also these bulletproof glasses with black frames that went over the sides. Do you remember what it looked like on the sides underneath where you took the bulletproof glass off? You got dust and dirt underneath everywhere. That can of course also scratch the display or the frame underneath a bit. You can't see it under the black frame because the black frame doesn't really stick. It just lies on top, so to speak. The last disadvantage, it's more expensive, of course, at about €6 per bulletproof glass. Those were the pros and cons to this bulletproof glass. I wanted to briefly come back to why you don't just say, make those black frames a little bit wider so that the screen stays the same size and doesn't get cropped. That doesn't work because, as I said, this black frame doesn't stick at all. If you were to pull it further over, you would have a big air pocket around it and wouldn't be able to see the display anyway. That's the big disadvantage of this curved display of the iPhone XV. So that was the TORRAS bulletproof glass. Let's move on to the next bulletproof glass. So, the next bulletproof glass comes from ROXX. I actually really celebrated this the last few times because this is a Japanese bulletproof glass. It's clearer, harder, more scratch resistant. You can notice it too. We did a test with it once. Check out my channel. You could see the difference there. So here we have a bulletproof glass without a black frame. And I have also, as I said, read through all the reviews, even from the other bulletproof glasses. And here I think we really have the problem that it's a little bit too small. I've tried that out as well. It's actually not that small. It's exactly the same size as the Spigen one right now. However, I think that the error was rather at ROXX, that they have written their full display coverage, and you have somehow expected something else. Yes, we'll stick the whole thing on it now, and then we'll talk about the pros and cons here as well. So again, we've included everything and accessories that are available. Price I forgot to tell you. How much does it cost? Wait, I'll take a look. That costs paragraph 23.90 directly from the store. That means 3 pieces we have in there. As I said, I have already calculated one. That means per piece we are at RS 23.90. That means per piece we are at RS 23.90. That's almost half the price of the TORRAS. That's quite a difference. Don't always look at the final price, but just look at what an armored glass costs. My hand dropped a little bit when I calculated the price. So let's take out the damp cloth. Yes, this is also nicely moistened. Let's mix it over here again. So this is actually also clean here. You don't have to do so much now. We still have a small dry cloth here with us. So, sticker, we have also here one with it. But I'll do that in a moment. First I'll make this stencil over there. Where is it anyway? Here it is. Here it is. The little movements here, a lot of dust. Here. Here's another one that won't come off. So let's do this really quickly now. I hope I can get it to work as well as before. No, I didn't exactly get it right here. Anyway, let's just leave it like that. Yes, I can see it's a bit out of place. Well, it's not bad, it'll be torn off again soon anyway. But it doesn't completely pull itself together. We still have an air leak here, I'll just get it out. So, as I said, always press on it with your finger. So, we've got another little one up here, and that's it. That's it. Let's shuffle it once. And then we'll take a look at the whole thing. This is what it looks like. So let's get to the advantages here as well. As I said, Japanese bulletproof glass, harder, clearer, scratch resistant. Take a look at my channel, we have already tested it. It is also more shatterproof, we have also tested it. True, it breaks a little less, or rather said later, if you bend the sole. Assembly is actually quite simple, as you have just seen. If I hadn't made it past the camera now, it probably would have been straight. But good, touch and Face ID work. So, it's unlocked. I hope you can see it at all, how this little bump up there opens. That's really quick on the iPhone. All the accessories you need, as you just saw. This slider is not included, but you can push it out with your thumb. That somehow doesn't really make a difference. Yes, and compared favorably to Spigen, you'll see that again in a moment. And that's about it for the advantages. Let's move on to the disadvantages. As I said, it only covers the display. If you look at it here, you can really see that it extends a very small bit over the display. But that's it, because that's where the curvature of the display starts, so to speak. Whereas the other one, the black one, just covers it and lies on top. The second disadvantage is that it is, of course, more visible than the previous one. And yes, between the cover, if you now have a cover here and it only goes up to here, you naturally have such a small gap here, and dust naturally likes to collect there. Of course, it's a bit easier to get the whole thing out than if it's under the black frame glass. Black frame armor glass, so to speak. I told you, as I said, there is no perfect bulletproof glass on the iPhone XP. All have their advantages and disadvantages. Yes, that was the bulletproof glass from ROXX. That's what it looks like, and we'll move on to the next candidate. So the next bulletproof glass comes from Spigen, has exactly the same size as the one from ROXX just now. I've also compared them with each other before. Here we have a little bit different system, a little bit more accessories, and at the same time, of course, a lot of garbage. About that, yes, many are also excited. We have in the evaluation I've seen. Yes, that's definitely the part here. I'm going to clean the display again quickly. It's clean. I'm just going to go over it again quickly with this part here. And then with the sticker, with the damp cloth, with this one, I don't have to go over it now. Where's the sticker? Here's the sticker. Okay, we don't need the small one, a big one. There, that should do it. Now we're just going to peel off this foil back here where it says back. And then we'll just put this on top and press this down once. So normally it says to wait 30 seconds. You wait another 30 seconds, but there's no need for that. You don't want to wait 30 seconds now. There you go. Come on. So you can throw this part in the trash now. You can also throw this backing film in the trash. And yes, the corners, they don't stick properly yet. I'll press them again. So we have here, we have a hair underneath. That probably comes from me. It's not so bad now. I just wanted to show you how the whole thing looks at all, and whether it sticks at all, and whether it fits at all. And yes, it fits. Looks just like the one from ROXX, just from the size too. So how much does it cost? It costs same as I just covered on the Rockstar, as in part B, just the display. This of course makes it more visible. Dust and dirt can collect here in the edge if you have a cover around here. Yes, I would say let's move on to the last bulletproof glass. So the last bulletproof glass comes from ESR. This is a pretty huge package. It doesn't even fit on the camera. Let's unpack that. This is also a black bulletproof glass, respectively, with black frame. And I bought this on Amazon for... Wait, where does it say? For the 60 my nights, there are 3 pieces in there. That is per bulletproof glass, only Nasam 718. So much cheaper than the one from TORRAS, but looks the same. Also with black frames. Yes. We don't use a damped cloth, we just use my Apple cloth here. It has to be used for XXVs just lying around. Now we still have the Spigen sticker here, we'll just take it now, even if they probably don't like it. I don't need to fumble apart everything here, so we just have a template here as well. Does it say top on it? No, there's nothing on it at all. It doesn't matter, I think they're both the same. There, that's on it. I don't see any dust, but I do see some. There. Now quickly put on the armored glass and put it on. So perfect. Worked. We can take it off now. As you can see, the whole thing is now tightening. Now let's see how it tightens. No. We also have a little bit of puncture underneath. Let's push it out to the side. Let's push it all out to the side. And that looks really good. So we come to the advantages and disadvantages here as well. Again, as I said, the whole front is covered by this black frame. Mounting is easy, as you saw. The whole thing is barely visible. Face ID and touch work. So the part is unlocked. All the accessories you need are included, as you just saw. And of course, compared to the TORRAS, it's really cheap because it's actually only a little bit more than half the price. A little bit more than half of that, if you break it down. Yes, let's get back to the disadvantages here. It covers parts of the display. When I look at it right now, I can't see this white line here on the side, and I can't see that. Yes, it's a bit stupidly done, but there's probably no other way. So yeah, so you don't even have 6.1 inches on the Pro, but 6.09 or something. Next drawback, it's not compatible with all iPhone cases, as we've already mentioned. You can't have bigger, thicker cases here, for example. I think Rhino Shield also no longer works with such armored glasses. And last disadvantage, dust and dirt, as I said, under that black frame. Can't do anything about it except maybe replace the bulletproof glass every 2 months because you can't get under there. Yes, that was the bulletproof glass test. I hope you liked it. You've waited long enough for it. And now we'll come to an overall conclusion about these bulletproof glasses, which I've written down here. There are currently only 2 types of bulletproof glasses for the iPhone models. Either small ones that are slightly larger than the display, or large ones with black frames. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. So there is currently no perfect bulletproof glass because of the rounded edges on the iPhone. So in the end, everyone really has to decide for themselves which bulletproof glass suits them better. Yes, that was the iPhone bulletproof glass video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to buy any of these things, below in the video description I have linked this huge post where I have listed it all. There you can read all the pros and cons again. And there is also the link to the bulletproof glasses, where I ordered them on Amazon. And there I also listed the iPhone XV, XV Plus, XV Pro, XV Pro Max, because it often happens that you accidentally choose the wrong one. Yes, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it. Leave a thumbs up, I would be very happy. And if you don't want to miss something like this in the future, be sure to subscribe. So I say as always, until the next video.